Yes, launching again.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jeremy. How's everybody today?
I woke up to a bit of a shock today.
What
So
is it?
so here we are, November 9th. We are still 3 weeks from Thanksgiving. My plan this weekend was to put up my outside Christmas decorations because it was supposed to start raining tomorrow. So I wanted to get all that done before everything was all wet.
Right,
So that was my plan as of Thursday. Friday it rained a little bit, not much. Then last night when I went to bed, which was just before midnight, I saw that it had rained a lot. I thought, okay, well, it's rained, but the ground should be nice and soft for me to put the stuff into the ground.
right.
I wake up this morning, everything's covered in snow and still is.
Well, I'm glad I live in the South.
Holy cow, there was not any call for snow.
Well, that's crazy.
I know. So already it's winter time.
Well, it's supposed to drop to 27 tonight. Over the next couple of days, it's supposed to be in the low or upper 20s here. And then, of course, it's going to warm back up to close to 80.
Right now,
And
my
then
phone
after
is
that.
showing is 33,
Well, that's warm enough for the snow to start melting.
just barely,
Yeah.
just barely,
So, how much snow did you get?
and enough to cover all the grounds. The grounds are covered. All the roofs were covered.
That's crazy.
I know.
We don't get snow very often, and most time we get ice.
So
Uh,
I'm going to see if I can try to show this to you. Um, so right now, all the snow clouds are circling the entire state of Michigan.
okay,
Um, you might be able to see that little blue dot there in the center. That's where I'm at.
I see.
So you can see where a lot of snow had come across.
Right. Well,
Man,
it's supposed
I,
to
I was
be.
shocked to see that. I woke up, looked out the window, and all I saw was white. Holy shit!
Well, it's 57 here right now, and then tonight's supposed to be 28.
That's a big drop.
Yeah, and then 28 tomorrow night's supposed to be 24. I hate fucking warming. 24, and then it starts warming back up. It's gonna be 76 next Saturday. It's gonna be in the 70s most of next week
Wow.
with lows of 50s. So I got to finish winterizing my pool, checking antifreeze in a couple more vehicles, and then see what else I can get done today. Nigel's on. Joe's on. Good morning, guys. How are y'all?
Morning. So let me get through here and
Whew.
try to share this out to some other places that I didn't on the Universal page.
So while he's doing that, this morning we're going to be discussing the last Saturday night's main event, which wasn't. I don't know. To me, it wasn't that great. Matches were okay, I guess. A couple of them. One in particular I didn't like at all.
Well, there was most likely a reason behind that, though they had um, they've mentioned it, but
Well, turned into a squash match, and
yeah,
social media is back and forth on everything I've seen, where like everybody's praising, Jade for winning, blah blah blah, and then there's a lot of people that like, don't know why they gave it to her because she's still lacks a lot of in ring ability, and she's
she
just not there yet.
yeah she does, but for me, she has gotten better.
She's gotten better, but she is not to me a good enough to be holding the belt.
If well, I'll, I'll get into my thoughts on her when we get into her match. Um, yeah, Saturday night's main event as a whole to me wasn't really anything special. Um, the matches, the card had potential to be great with the people in it. Um, but I thought as a whole it was kind of lacking. And I think the company in general is kind of going like into something of a downtime. Because WrestlePalooza was disappointing. Um, Crown Jewel, I liked. I thought it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're getting into that period where the quality may not be quite up to par because for months and months and months, I thought they knocked it out of the park, and eventually,
You got to go down. You
yeah,
can't stay up. And they're being plagued by a lot of injuries. Big, big people right now. So I mean,
right. Seth Rollins is out. Tiffany now apparently. Um, Naomi is on maternity leave, so a lot of stars are dropping right now.
and that's we get back into the Jade thing, Jade and Tiffany. With the roster being so thin in the female women's division, I can see their point of you know giving it to Jade because I mean you're running out of folks.
So Saturday night's main event was last Saturday, November 1st, in Salt Lake City. Um,
So City, Utah.
yeah. So, and I will be actually driving through there here in 4 months when I go to Reno for my national bowling tournament.
Oh, is that rolling around again?
Huh?
That's rolling around again.
Yep. Yep. Um, doing it early next year. I'm just not gonna like my bowling time because I got to get up at like 4 in the morning to get ready because we bowl at 7 a.m. one morning.
Good lord.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. But by the time it came around for me to reserve the dates, all the good times are gone.
Right.
But that's how it goes sometimes. Um, I did not realize this until I pulled it up, but they actually had a dark match before um, before the televised event. They had Bailey versus Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah, I saw that too when I pulled it up. I was like, ah, they had a dark match.
Yeah, if they don't have dark matches hardly anymore.
Well,
Uh,
overall, like we discussed, the event not being that great to me, it kind of compares to like a, a recorded house show to me.
yeah.
Everything went.
Well, or like another Monday Night Raw or SmackDown.
Heck, I've seen Raws and SmackDowns that were better than this past Saturday night's main event.
A lot of people are not saying that about SmackDown 2 nights ago. They're saying that this past SmackDown really sucked, and I thought I enjoyed it.
I didn't get to watch it, so the one that just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch it.
And well, Drew got suspended because he came out and attacked the referee. Nick is like, "You're gone. You're out of here."
And I wonder if that's, of course it's part of the script and all that. I wonder if he's wanting some time off for the holidays to go, I guess, go home, maybe visit
I'm not sure.
family.
But the last time Drew got suspended, it was lifted the next week.
You got a lot of stuff going on. People getting ready for the holidays and Thanksgiving and Christmas going to hit in a few weeks. So
Yeah, we are now into busy times. Uh, Speaking of busy time, um, I'm going to be having surgery next month, and it's going to be one of those things where I am not going to be on camera for probably 4 months. Um, so that means I will not be on this show. I will not be on 13th Dimension. I will not be on Supernatural Talk. Um, so Donald and I are going to have to talk about, for this show to see what he wants to do moving forward after I have that surgery. But we are going to try to get in as many shows as we can in between the time, including a proper Hall of Fame class.
so if you were out for 4 months, so you when's your surgery? In
December,
December? So January, February, March, April. Yeah, we'll have to put some shows together.
December, January, February, March. I,
Yeah.
I would expect that probably at the end of March I should be able to get back on.
So they're gonna get rid of the beard come December, pretty much.
Yeah. So um, I am going to be putting a lot of focus onto the website, marksonwrestling.com. Um, I finally figured out how to work the program because I have been working with the Things website
Uh huh.
and finally got it up and running. So I'll be able to put some focus onto the marksonwrestling.com and a new website for the Things Network.
Okay.
Um, so that's going to be those will be my main focus aside from the family stuff and the writing. um, the the two websites would be my main focus beyond that, since I won't be able to spend like 6 hours a week on podcasts.
Right, and with that amount of downtime, we can talk about it off air, but I'd like to keep the show going.
Yeah,
Because you're fixing to hit into Road to WrestleMania and everything else.
yeah. And that's going to suck, me not being able to do well. Actually, I could possibly come on just as audio, but I don't really want to do that unless it's necessary.
Right.
Like I
So
might do that for the Rumble, for when we talk about the Rumble.
get you a hand puppet, a little bitty hand puppet. You can come over here and just be talking off screen.
Yeah. The Royal Rumble sucked.
Yeah.
This person should have won.
There's no telling what's going to happen over the next few months on in the wrestling thing. Because you got so many people down, so many people out.
Yeah. Seth Rollins, he said, is going to be out for 6 months, so that's going to put him returning right after WrestleMania.
I
Uh,
bet he pushes it and returns back at WrestleMania.
Kevin Owens made an announcement saying that right now he's already had his surgery. There's still really no time frame for him. It's a matter of when and if the bones fuse. Um, because I know that when Big E had that surgery, his bones didn't fuse. So that's why he's still out, even though supposedly he has been medically cleared.
You talking about Big E?
Yeah,
And he may be, you know, he may be in that section where he enjoys what he's doing and don't have to worry about re-injuring himself. And
I I actually like what he's doing right now. He's so much fun to listen to
yeah,
when it comes to those pre-show and post-show things. I like, especially his 5 count, um, his 5 stars of the night that he does at the very end. I really like those. I think he's very good at it. Um, Corey Graves has was medically cleared 2 years ago, and he, I guess, has chosen to still do the commentary, which I know is kind of polarizing for him because there's a lot of people who don't like him. I actually like him on commentary. You know, I don't know.
here lately, most of the time, I once the show's over, I'm turning it off. I'm not even getting to watch the pre-shows or the post-shows, mainly because the event has already started by the time I start watching. So a lot of times it runs over and I don't get to watch the post-show.
I know you seem to have the same kind of time issue when it comes to watching these programs as Nick does when it comes to being on the podcasts.
Yeah, this
Because
is
he's always late. We've actually set up a new time zone just for him called NST, Nick Standard Time.
that's funny. That is funny.
Yeah, and he's a sport about it too because we razz him so bad about that.
I'll be there in 30 minutes.
Okay, so that means you'll be here in an hour,
An
and
hour.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it is. 5 minutes is really 45 minutes.
Oh,
Okay, so the first match of Saturday night's main event is Cody Rhodes defending the WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre with special stipulations into this thing. Um, if Cody were to get counted out or disqualified, Drew becomes the new WWE champion. This this has happened before, um, but I wasn't sold on Cody losing the title just yet.
no, I kind of knew with the whole thing when I announced that they were going to fight in this special stipulation stuff. I was like, we know who's going to wind up winning this match, regardless. We just don't know
Right.
how. So yeah, it was an okay match. It drug out for what 18 minutes,
Uh,
18:45. Yeah,
um, but something that I was taking into account, and this was when I think it was WrestlePalooza when they had their last match or their last big match. Um, Cody and Drew actually pitched the idea of Cody losing the title to Drew due to interference from Randy Orton. Um, and setting up a heel turn for Randy so that Cody and Randy could have a match. So I had wondered if something like that would happen in this match, causing Cody to get disqualified, and it actually ends up being a plan set up by Drew and Randy, where Randy comes in, beats the shit out of Drew, causing Cody to get disqualified, and then setting up their own program there.
Good. Uh, Randy's one of those characters where, regardless if he's a heel or a babyface, he's going to be a crowd. He's going to be a crowd guy. Everybody's going to like him regardless of where he's at. Unless he does something really, really despicable.
Well, Cody is hot right now. So, so if he were to turn on Cody, he probably would get booed out of the building. Who knows? But there were a few times when Cody himself was getting booed.
That's been a regular thing here, depending on where they're at and who he's fighting.
Yeah,
He's still got a big fan base, but I think there's already some that are like getting tired of seeing the cookie cutter stuff, which he's kind of leaning in a little bit more to the doing
the
what he's got to do to win,
yeah.
bending the rules here and there, which I think is good. Uh, it keeps him from falling into that Hulk Hogan persona for many, many years.
True, but when you look at the Hogan matches, he really did do what it took to make sure he won.
He did, and I think the biggest thing with the whole Hogan thing was the endings were always pretty much the same whenever he won. The
True.
whole shaking, pointing the finger, dropping hitting the big boot, and then dropping the leg. I was like, come on, change it up,
Yeah.
because it's getting boring watching you do the same ending every single time you wrestle.
But
So
you also got to consider the time period. Back in the 80s, that was the biggest thing in the world. Today, it probably would not work out so much.
and you got better writers, I think now, much better.
They didn't have any back then.
No, you got better. The whole thing is better than it was back then. I mean, I enjoy the old school wrestling. I do, but the storylines wasn't as in depth, you know.
Right. But what really bothers me is when people get released, a lot of times they get released because creative had nothing for them. To me, that is a cop out bullshit answer. Because you can always come up with something. I think they're just choosing not to use certain people.
Uh, well, I don't know the whole political part of it behind the scene, but we it reminds me of the
Oh,
Katie Vick thing. It's like this is the best you've got. That with a Mark Henry and Mae Young with the hand. This is the best you've got. Come on.
it's not so much that, okay, this is the idea I've come up with. It's who approved those ideas to go on TV.
Yeah, I mean it's like, come on, this is extreme. You're pushing the extreme with the whole Katie Vick thing.
Yeah, and also the whole Big Show's father's funeral with the big boss man. You remember that one?
I don't. I think that was a period when I was not watching.
Oh well,
Um,
Big Show's father passes away. I
is that the one where he drug the casket behind the vehicle?
yes,
Okay. I do
And
remember hearing about it.
jumped on the casket while Boss Man drives away, and I'm, what the hell? But probably the biggest shock, as far as an angle on TV, was Steve Austin and Brian Pillman when Austin was breaking into Brian's house, and Pillman had a gun, and all of a
Yeah,
sudden, screen goes black, and then you hear gunshots.
yeah,
That was probably the first real shock storyline.
yeah. Just oh, and you had DDP at that time. He was stalking Undertaker's wife, Sarah, at the time.
He hated doing that one.
Yeah,
He did not want to do it, but he had to. Otherwise, he would have been out of a job.
yeah. It just I don't know, there's a lot of crazy storylines over the years. Some of them, didn't make much sense.
Yeah. I'm surprised they got away with Steve Austin taking McMahon hostage with that gun.
Yeah, and then like pow, and the little flag come out.
Yeah,
That was funny,
it was funny, but
but still, it's a different time period.
it
There's
was
no way you could do anything like that now. No way.
no, no. Way too many sensitive people. It's amazing how sensitive people have gotten just in 20 years.
Oh my God, it's yeah. It's like you say something and they're offended by it, so now it's like this big cancel culture thing. It's like back in the day, it's like you don't like what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, tough shit. You
Yeah.
know?
And then if you show your support for somebody for a specific policy or whatever, it's like, oh, now you support this, you support that, you support everything this person has ever done in the last 30 years. No, I'm
It kind
supporting this policy. I am supporting this. You
it's
know,
like you can't have an open opinion on anything these days
hi Tom.
without somebody you know trying to blackball you and say you're this or say you're that.
Right. Yeah. So if I were to say, okay, I support Donald Trump. Oh, then you support sexual abuse. You support um, underage minors being prostituted. Oh, you support, no. Or if I were to say I support Kamala Harris, oh, you support open borders. You support bringing in millions of immigrants. You support, jeez. So that's why I just keep my mouth shut on who I actually support.
Right.
I will do social commentary on what's going on in the political world and say, okay, I can understand why they're doing this, or, this is not a good idea. But as far as who I vote for, nobody knows and nobody ever will.
Well, it's like you I know we're getting way off subject on the wrestling thing, but the
It happens.
the whole the whole not social media, but the whole news outlets, regardless of what side you're on, there is no unbiased news reporting anymore.
No, there is
It's
not.
either it's either you're left or you're right. There's nobody that will stay and call out on both sides who's doing wrong. They're always reporting and they're always leaning into their political beliefs, regardless of what side you're on, and that drives me insane.
Like, okay, I think it's CNN. Um, CNN is stumped Democrat. Fox is very Republican.
Right.
It, whatever. I don't think we ever will find somebody who calls it straight down the middle.
Not anymore because each network is using advertisements and that money coming in from whatever side that they're reporting from. So that's the side they're going to stay on.
Yeah, and that's the lesson of the day. Money's talks.
Money talks.
Yeah, but let's get back to wrestling. What do you say?
I'll say that. And Tom does too.
So Cody and Drew, it was an okay match to me. I didn't see anything special about it. Yeah, it was cool that they had these new stipulations, but you knew at some point the stipulation was going to get brought in.
Mm-hmm.
So it,
He almost got counted out one time. Uh, and I have noticed, and not just this match, and may have been in this match, or I've noticed here in the past, I don't know, several different shows here and there where there's kickouts and there are late kickouts, just a split second late, where they're like 2 and 9 tenths of a kick out, and it's like, no, his hand should have went down for three. They're just late on the kick out.
I've noticed that in numerous matches, not just Cody's, Drew's, in many matches. There
Yeah,
was
talking
actually
about.
there was a couple times I think on this past SmackDown where it was like that. Um, and then you have those couple of matches where the shoulders are still down and the referee, no, 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 like Naya when she was in that triple threat with Tiffany and Jade.
Oh yeah, that was extremely horrible.
Yeah. And then it was last year, but the whole Seth and Damien one where they were waiting. I don't even remember who it was when somebody was supposed to come in with a cash in.
Yeah.
So it's getting. Yeah, I agree with the whole Walter Cronkite thing. He was probably the very best news anchor there ever was. Um, but with Cody and Drew, yeah, they teased it to where okay, yeah, he should have been counted out. He should have gotten pinned. But what I did like there towards the end, where now we're seeing that aggression with Cody, where a couple weeks ago he fought Drew in his suit and then got himself disqualified. Hence why we now have this stipulation, and now referee's been knocked out. Big surprise there. And Cody does a DDT.
Does DDT with the belt
Yeah.
there.
Now
Um,
I read that it actually damaged the belt, but I didn't see a picture because of the way that they landed on the belt.
I mean, how can you damage? It's supposed to be metal. I mean,
Well, the belt wasn't laying down flat. Part of the side strap was on his side. So
um,
by damage, I'm thinking
probably
maybe
the strap.
ripped off of the strap, but I hadn't seen a picture and I hadn't taken the time to go back and rewatch that clip.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people saying that the belt had gotten damaged.
Oh man,
Wake up, Don.
I'm awake. I'm tired. This was a long day at work. But
That's
you know,
why we are supposedly trying to make this short and sweet, even though we're almost 40 minutes and
40
we're
minutes and we're still
still.
talking about the first match. Yeah. It was a decent match. It wasn't, knock it out of the park type match. I expected the win to go the way it went. Just didn't know how they were going to come about. Um, I was kind of surprised at being the first match.
Oh, I wasn't.
Um,
I knew they were going to have Punk and Jay as the main event simply because it was for the vacant title.
And
So
it wasn't it for me. I kind of knew who was going to win that one too. I just didn't know the outcome of just how it's going to get there. So I think they're really pushing. Well, we'll get into that in a minute.
it's so easy to jump
Yeah,
ahead, isn't it?
it is. Next match.
Okay.
This one shouldn't take more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, especially since the match itself was only 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was a very horrible match all the way around.
Yeah.
Uh, to me, it was just a big squash match to have, regardless of the injury or not. Tiffany come in there and just basically just get destroyed like she did, even though she has fought Jade before and fought in a triple threat and done all this, and she holds her own to come in there and just basically get treated like a rag doll for pretty much most of the matches. It to me is not good storyline.
Well, my guess is that she does have a legitimate injury and she didn't want to just vacate the title, and it could be one of those things where going back to Cody where she couldn't damage it any more than it already was. So just go
Right?
out there for a few minutes and do it.
Yeah, they should have came up with a better ending than her just treating her like she's a old mid south nobody, because that's basically what it was. It was a jobber type wrestling match.
I can see it from that point, but they were talking about how she is going in with a hurt knee, and they were using that as as in a reason why she wasn't able to do put out much offense because she was definitely not going to be able to jump onto the ropes and do her moonsault or anything else for that matter.
Hell, if you're gonna do that, fake a dang, you already got the knee injury. But if you're gonna do that, and sometime in a match, fake a type concussion type thing. That to me would made a hell of a lot more sense than she just got a bum knee, so she's getting the hell beat out of her. If she took a headshot, inadvertently headshot somewhere that really started making her like dizzy headed, on screen, playoff, she's probably got a concussion. Then to me, that would be a better ending for the way she got just destroyed.
Didn't Cody do that a couple of months ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember you messaging me when that happened. Like I don't know, I think he really got hurt there, dude. He's been getting smashed in the head the last few weeks. Of course, he's going to be doing that.
So I mean, to me, that would been the better way to go with Tiffany. You know,
Well, this could have been Tiffany's idea
could
to
have been,
match that they did.
could have been. But somebody's got the go ahead. Yeah, let's do it that way. No, let's why don't we do it this way? Because now it just looks like Tiffany's got a bad knee, and she is nowhere near on the same level uh, as Jade is, which we know is not true because of the past matches she's had over the past almost a year.
Well, in terms of their in ring performances, Jade is nowhere near Tiffany. But when it comes to the projected aura, Tiffany is nowhere near Jade on that one because Jade has a major presence. Um,
She's got the look.
she's
She's got the physique. She's got the look. She's
she's
just
got
got to
the
get.
attitude,
She's just got to get all the other stuff.
right? Um,
And I think she's getting better. That she's still, and it may be the fact that she is not a wrestling move type person. She's more of a brawler type that you see with Taker and
If she went by way of Hogan, then she would do well.
right. If she would just turn and be a more of a brawler, just beat the shit out of you like she did Tiffany,
Mhm.
and I could see that whole lot. But if you're going to try to go on wrestling ability with all this crazy jumping off the top rope type stuff and all this luchador type moves, that's not you.
Right.
She needs to go strictly brawl,
And I
kind of
just,
like like China did.
yes. Yeah, I think that would work out well for her. I look for Jade to hold on to the title probably at least until WrestleMania.
I agree. I think it's time for her and Bianca to meet up, and I think she needs to stay heel, and she needs to really push that that issue.
Yeah.
I'm friends with nobody at all, and just and keep going that way.
So now that begs the question, and I think we actually touched on this last show, is if she stays heel, Naomi comes back, and she comes back with this proceed with caution attitude that she had before. There's supposed to still be issues between Naomi and Jade. So what happens there?
I think it's going to be a while before she comes back. I think Naomi's going to be. She's going to pull an Alexa Bliss. She's going to have the kid. She's going to be out for a couple of years. That's the way I see
I
that.
don't see her coming back at least until 2027.
Yeah, and by that time, a bunch of things will have already taken place.
Yeah.
And they might throw out the whole storyline. They might go back and revisit that storyline with Jade getting jumped and find that it was Naomi and Bianca.
I still say it was Bianca.
So and they may come different. They may just go a totally different route with it. Who knows? I mean, you got 2 years to work that stuff out.
And with Bianca, she's still dealing with that injury on her finger. Um, last one of the more recent things I heard that her finger didn't heal properly, so they had to re-break it. I can imagine having to go through something like that. Not with your fingers.
Yeah, I've broken many a toe in my day. Um,
But did you have to have it re-broken because it didn't set right?
no, I just left it alone.
Okay.
I mean, there ain't a whole lot you can do uh, for a broken toe unless you have surgery, and that's not an option. You know, I didn't. I mean, I didn't take that option. There was one where they said, "Well, we might have to put pins in it." It's like, nope, ain't doing it.
Yeah.
And my big toe won't bend on my right foot. My big toe won't bend correctly, but I'm still move around, and it doesn't hurt me. And
Well, there's not a whole lot you can really do with a big toe anyway.
I mean, a toe is different than a finger. Fingers, you see them all the time. But
Yeah. Well, you work your fingers a lot more than you do your toes.
right, so
Um,
I've had a couple broke thumbs. See, I've broken this thumb before,
yeah.
and
Well, you almost cut your hand off.
that was his hand. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was gnarly. I need to find that picture and send it to you.
No,
It is, ooh, it's gnarly.
I will block you if you send me that picture. I
I
don't.
said I was at the fire department, and I sent it to one of my buddies there. After I'd done it, after I sewed it up, and how that's like, oh, he was like, holy shit, and then it's like, or I think he said like, oh wow, I think he was already gone by that time. He had already moved off. He was like,
Yeah.
oh wow, and then 30 minutes later, it's like, wait, is that your hand? Yes. He's like, holy shit, what did you do?
For me, all you have to do is tell me, okay, you had a horrific injury. That's it. I don't need to see it. I don't want to see it. That's how it
Yeah.
is. I don't care to see it. That's why I hate so many people on Facebook when they show pictures of, you know, they they cut their fingers or they stab themselves or whatever. And here's what I did. No, we do not need to see this. You're just looking for attention. Stop that shit.
Oh, like there's so much stuff on social media that people post. It's like
I know it's
I don't care what you're eating. I don't care what you're having for dinner today.
the dinner thing. I don't mind that. I don't care, but I don't mind that. If you post pictures of injuries, I do mind that. I don't think that has any business being on social media, but people do it for the clicks and the likes and the reactions because it brings them more up to the top of the thing. I get that.
Well, it's like the paranormal stuff. You know, you posting stuff. Your paranormal group is posting uh,
That is not a conversation I want to have today.
fake bullshit. You know, oh look at this. Look at this
Yeah,
face in this potted plant. Like it's a fucking potted plant. There is no freaking ghost in your potted plant. Just move on. It's
there was one picture recently. I don't even remember what it was or who it was. It's like, do you see this? Do you see this? What do I see this glare that you're trying to pass off as something? Oh, come on.
I saw one the other day. It was some kind of fire. They were burning some crap in their backyard and had crap in the. Oh, look at this demonic looking thing, eyes in this fire. It's like,
And a lot of
no,
people were saying, no, all I see is pareidolia.
yeah, that's all it is. And 95, I say 99% of all that nonsense is exactly that.
Yeah.
And
And then they did the same thing for one of the explosions at on one of the twin towers. And it really does look like a demonic face coming out. It, I'll give you that. It really does look like it, but that's just how it is when they come out.
I saw one came across my feed. I don't remember who it was, but it was like somebody was talking about they were having hearing noises under their bed, and the dog was growling looking at the bed and growling, and they took a picture up underneath their bed without looking, and then they enhanced it to where you could see this little tiny little creature with red eyes, and they, had a side by side comparison. Like I looked at it, I was like, oh, you're so full of shit. I said, that's an edited freaking Photoshop crap, and you're trying to pass this crap off as it annoyed the hell out of me.
And and now you have AI coming into the picture, and it makes it all much worse.
Oh yeah, it does.
No. Okay. Um,
Next match.
yeah, next match. The next match is a triple threat match with Dominic Mysterio defending the Intercontinental title against Penta and Rusev. Uh,
This to me was the match of the night or the show.
same.
Um, I really enjoyed. I've gotten to the point where I really like Dom. I like what he does. I like the whole lie, cheat, and steal.
Yep.
You know, it's entertaining. Uh,
He is basically this generation's Eddie Guerrero.
yeah, I really enjoy what he's doing, and I would love to see him win the world title one day.
Oh, I don't think there's any question there at all that he will win. Hell, he might even win a Rumble. Wouldn't that be something?
That would be awesome if he would win the Royal Rumble this next year, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Like in January?
Yeah,
Oh no. I'm right now. I'm looking at LA Knight.
Yes, I mean, how long can they keep on putting the same guys in that little, you know, almost there, you're almost there, you're almost there, then you lose, you're almost there, you're almost there,
You
lose.
said LA Knight is there. He's got the crowd.
Well, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. What I'm saying is, stop putting the same people in that main event roster every single time. You know, because here lately, here's the people you got in the main events. You got Jay, you got LA Knight, you got Punk, you got Seth. I'm tired of seeing the
One
same.
of them even said, "Didn't we just do this like on actual TV when the three of them were in the ring?" I it might have been LA or it could have been Punk. It wasn't Jay, I know that. But one of those things, I feel like we've done this dance before.
Yeah.
Something like
Well,
that.
it's like you know. Now I like Jay. I like his crowd entrance. I like the whole Yeet thing. I like his energy. Um, and I'm glad he finished. He was a champion at one point in time. But to me, I think LA would have been a better choice
Yeah.
than Punk or than Jay on this past Saturday night's main event. Um,
LA right now is one of the best on the mic. Top five.
because if you put LA in there instead of Jay, you don't know who's going to wind up winning this match. It could have went either way. Now you put Jay in there, okay, Punk's going to wind up winning this. They're not going to give it to Jay again. Not right now.
Right. Um, but for Dominic, I don't see him winning the Rumble this year because right now he has two titles and he technically is a world champion.
Yeah, he's intercontinental. But
Well, the AAA Mega Championship, that is their world title, and it is recognized as a world championship.
I'm talking about the big dog WWE heavyweight.
Yeah, well,
That is the mecca of the title world.
yeah, but still, no matter which way you look at it, Dominic is a world champion for AAA and the Intercontinental Champion for WWE. But I agree. Within the next 5 years, he will be world champion, and I think he will have a long reign. But I would like to see him end up winning the Rumble because then that would put him in that extremely rare class where they have father and son win the Rumble. That's never been done. The closest thing we got is people within the same family winning, and we have had a Samoan member win the Rumble every decade since the '90s.
Yeah,
Because you had Yokozuna in '93, The Rock in 2000. Um, shit, who
the Romans won it.
Roman won it in 15, and then now Jay this year.
I would like to see eventually Dom and Rey Mysterio uh, getting closure, as far as getting back together. I'd say on storyline. We all know that it's all part of the story, but I'd like to see them to get back together and before Ray retires completely.
I don't know if they will have a same-sided run again, but I do believe that Dominic is going because Ray has said he would like for Dom to be the one to retire him. Um, And
And that may be a way to do it to where it'll take a while to get that storyline to go, but have them two feuding, again to where, and he winds up retiring Ray,
yeah,
but at the end of the match they hug and all that stuff.
right. Yeah, that I believe will happen. And Ray has said he wants it in Mexico. So now that the whole thing with AAA, and Ray is 50 years old. He'll be 51 next month.
Damn, I'm older than he is. Fuck.
Don't let your white hair show. That's why you keep your hair cut down so short, right?
It is. That's one reason. And if I don't shave for a few days, you can start seeing the white and gray coming in,
Yeah.
salt and pepper stuff.
Look at all the white in my beard.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do after I retire. Because after I retire, I can have a beard and stuff like that.
Yeah. I like having a beard. I just don't like all the white in it, but I don't want to color it.
I After about a week, I have to shave because it just starts irritating the crap out of me.
Yeah, I
It
got
itches.
once a week. I'll take my shear and just do the like half an inch all the way around here, just to get it away from that fold in the neck.
It just irritates me to all end.
Yeah.
I'll start scratching, itching. It's like, nah, it's got to go.
Yeah, people always ask me about the sides itching because their sides. I never had that issue. It's always been down here.
Yeah, that's where mine gets. Mine up here is not that bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know what they're doing with the Rusev. I can't get behind Rusev on what they're trying to push him a little bit.
Well,
Uh,
you were talking about as far as the main event scene is always the same guys, and here I'm seeing the same thing with Rusev. It's like Rusev is always going after that IC title, and yet he keeps
doesn't get
winning it. So how
right.
many more chances is he going to get before they move on?
I kind of I wouldn't have been surprised if Penta had won this match. I'd have been a little surprised with Rusev, but I was like, well, okay, it is what it is, you know. But I'm glad Dom kept it. I think they're doing this. They're going to keep doing this whole lie, cheat, steal type thing with him. How many different ways can I keep this title by bending the rules or cheating or however I got to do what I got to do to keep it?
Yeah, and the way that he did it this time around, and he's been doing this for the last 3 weeks, using the ring bell and the hammer.
Oh, I love the whole ding, 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 ding.
Yeah,
And it's like Rusev thought he won. I was like, referee's not raising his hand. I said he didn't tap. I said that's Dom.
yeah. Um, I really like all the different things that he's been doing, and there is no question all of these ideas are stemming from what Eddie Guerrero did.
I agree. And I like the way they're keeping it with him and always having a way to cheat his way through to keep the
Yeah.
title on.
But they're still chanting Eddie 20 years after
Oh
his.
yeah, oh yeah, and Dom is a direct. I mean, everybody sees what he does, and he's getting over with. Even though he's supposed to be a babyface, he's getting a lot of crowd um, backing him.
Yeah. So once he does finally turn face, he's going to be huge.
Yeah,
It's
and I'm wondering if they'll kind of push the whole Roxanne and Dom thing, and then Liv comes back, and I wonder how that's all going to work out.
It's going to be fun. I can guarantee you that it's going to be a lot of fun. Um, I see Liv making her return at the Rumble.
I see that, and I see.
I can also see Liv as being one of the contenders to win the Rumble this year. Because twice now she's been runner up. So I think she's going at some point, maybe even this year, she will win the Rumble. Because I don't really see anybody else who can be put in that spot right now. Um, let's see here. Uh, okay, personnel. So going down the list, who could potentially win a Rumble? A Rumble, not this year's Rumble, but a Rumble. Um, Stephanie back here, I can absolutely see it, but she's world champion. Roxanne, maybe. Um, let's see. Oscar's already won. Bailey's already won. Becky's already won. Yeah, they might Io Sky. That's a possibility. Um, Charlotte's won twice. Julia, I don't know what they're doing with her. Ah, um, Nia Jax could probably win the Rumble. Let's see, Jada Parker, Jordan Grace, they can win. So, I believe So Ruka will win. Um, but I think right now, Liv Morgan will probably be the best the best choice to win the Rumble this year. So, everything okay there, Donald? In the complimentary thumbs up. Uh, so Dominic Mysterio wins this match. To me, that's no surprise because there's a lot of talk of Dominic versus John Cena at Survivor Series, so that John Cena can have an Intercontinental title run and then losing it at the next Saturday night's main event. If they're going in that direction, then there was no question that Dominic was going to win. Because at some point, his cheating ways are going to catch up with him.
Yeah, I feel he's going to wind up eventually doing some underhanded stuff, and the referee's going to catch him, and it's going to backfire on him, and he's going to wind up losing the title.
Yeah. So if they do go Dominic and John at Survivor Series, and this is concerning now. We are 3 weeks away from Survivor Series, and there is nothing announced. Right now, they're not even showing who could be in the War Games match, with the exception of Solo Sequoia and MFT and the Wyatt Six. But if they're going to do men's and women's, those guys are not going to be the main event.
Now, and I think they're maybe leading towards Oscar and
Kyrie.
Kyrie against Bliss and Flair, and I see Flair and Bliss losing to Asuka and them if they wind up doing this. Um,
I don't know. Um, let's see here. Yeah, nothing has been announced. So, and I don't like this. Survivor Series is one of the big four, and
they need to push. They better to start pushing the storylines
uh,
and try to get all this stuff done.
yeah, 'cause we're 20 days away now. We're less than 3 weeks, and they're not building it up. Granted, Survivor Series is one of those events where you sell tickets based on name alone. I get that, but it makes it hard to be really excited for it, to build up that anticipation.
Well, you can't get invested in those storylines in that match coming up if you don't have a couple weeks, 3 weeks to really build up this feud between this person or that person or this group or
Right,
that group. If you just throw it together, it's just a match.
right.
Yeah, you're not really invested in it.
So I don't know their game plan. And also, speaking of which, um, Mark Shapiro, the COO of of TKO, the one who made the comment about maximizing profits and that Vince McMahon only priced these events so that families could come, but they're maximizing their profits. He made a comment the other day that they were planning on moving past all the PLEs that Vince created, and I guess they're going wanting to do away with them, like Backlash, and moving on to PLE names that they create. Which is why they went with WrestlePalooza, which isn't even an original idea.
Yeah, well, even that is just a dumbass name. Call it what it is. That's a dumbass name, in my opinion.
It They could have done better, a lot better. Um,
The in general, I'll say this. In general, I see the whole TKO buying the WWE, buying the whole thing. I see it as in the decisions they're making, far as the direction they're wanting to go with the wrestling with WWE. Um, I don't see. I see it failing and not making as much long term as it has. The product itself is going to start hurting.
yeah, I agree.
Um, with you're putting WrestleMania over in Saudi. You're
Well,
doing this big deal with ESPN.
eventually happen.
Do what?
We kind of knew that that would eventually happen, but we didn't think that that was going to happen like right now. Especially
No.
with all these other cities that are bidding for it, and everybody agrees that London should have WrestleMania first, or France.
Well, you got this whole deal with ESPN. To me, as a fan, that's a bad idea.
Yes.
Um, there's a lot of bad ideas that are getting thrown out there, and they're going forward with them regardless. Um, it's just like it's a direction that I don't see it working out long term.
No.
Um, it's like screw the fans. It's to me, it's like screw the fans. We're going to do what we want to. We're going to make as much. We're going to make as much money as possible, and we don't care what the fans are actually getting out of this product anymore.
Well, it's more like screw the American fans because we're the ones that are being hurt here. Because all the international fans are able to get everything on Netflix. Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and all the PLEs. They just can't get Saturday night's main event, which you can get for free on YouTube internationally. But for us, we have to have Netflix for Monday Night Raw, CW for NXT, USA for SmackDown, ESPN to get all the PLEs, and Peacock to get the Saturday night's main event. You got to have five streaming services to get everything.
I don't want to have a book, a scheduling book to figure out where and when I need to watch wrestling.
Right.
I love the old WWE network. That was it. If I want to watch any PLE, I just get on there. If I want to watch old stuff, I get on there.
Yep.
You know,
And for a while, that's how it was on Peacock. Everything was on Peacock except for the weekly shows.
right? Um, I like watching Raw on Netflix. If they would have put SmackDown on Peacock, then it'd been great. That'd have been it.
Yeah. I
Two different platforms I can watch what I want to watch.
yeah, I just don't get the logic behind putting everything on all these different platforms, thinking that fans are just going to go blindly go to all these streaming services.
Yep.
Granted, I know that a lot of people have many different services. I get it. But then there are like people like me. Up until a couple of years ago, I didn't subscribe to anything except for Peacock.
I've had Netflix for quite a long time. I got Peacock, and then I've got Paramount, but it came with a Walmart Plus thing that I've got, so it was kind of included in that deal. But it was one of those where I didn't get it just for that. It's just an additive. And that whole Walmart Plus was a whole big mistake. I wasn't supposed to be getting but like a month of it, and I wound up paying for a whole year by mistake. And I was like, well, shit. So, but
Well, I'm stuck with it now.
yeah, and I mean, I don't watch Paramount that much. I watch a few shows off of it, and it's only because I can now watch it. So,
Yeah. So so right now they seem to be in a period where we are going to punish the American fans and we're going to award the international fans. Now, I I get it. American fans have been taking things for granted. American fans are the ones that are always bitching and whining and crying online. And when they go to Paris, France, they can feel the appreciation that they have.
yep.
But
And I'm sure with those things, they have no. They go to France or they go to Italy or they go to London or wherever. They have no doubt that they're going to sell out.
right,
Regardless, of kind of what they put. With American shows, it's like we're hitting this city, this city, this city, this city. It's like we're having a struggle to sell out. Now, on the backside of that, if you wouldn't charge so damn much for your damn tickets, you wouldn't have a problem selling out.
yeah, well, apparently they're still charging a lot for the tickets over there too. But over there, the fans don't get to see them live as often as we can.
Right. So it's like one in a lifetime situation sometimes for some of these cities. Whereas well, it's going to be in New Orleans again in a year. I'll just hit it then. But it's like I can't even go to a house show. I can't afford the house shows; they're so expensive.
Right.
It's like used to back in the '90s. I could at least spend $50 for a dang ringside seat. Wouldn't be I'd do it.
And
Uh,
that's how it was here. Every time they came to either Fort Wayne or Indianapolis, we went.
yeah.
Tickets were cheap, and in some of these arenas, there is no bad seat.
Hmm.
Even if you were high up, you still had a great view, and they didn't look like tiny little micro men.
Right. I took some pictures of. We had nosebleed seats one year at Jackson. Me and my uncle went. This was back in Wolfpack days. NWO, Red and Black, Sting was there. But we took pictures of with an old camera, and it's like unless I have to point you out who's in the ring, you don't know who in the hell's in the ring because it's like really really tiny. It's like these pictures are garbage, but you can see the arena good as far as pictures wise. It was crap. Now I've been to concerts to where you're not right up front, but you're not way in the back either. You're kind of in the center.
Yeah.
And it's I went and seen Alice Cooper, and we were in the middle balcony seating, me and my wife, and it was a good show. We wasn't right down there on the stage, but I was close enough to see everything. It was a really good show. But if it's me and maybe a buddy of mine go to a concert, we try to. I always get general admission. I always like to get down there by the stage and all.
I miss those old days.
Yeah,
Okay, back to so are we done with Dominic?
yeah. We really didn't talk about Penta. Barely talking about Rusev. We mostly talked about Dominic, but all in all, it was a decent, good match. The whole cheating and sealing stuff worked out.
Match of the night.
Yeah, it was the best match of the night. Next, you got CM Punk, Jey Uso. Um, I really expected some outside interference on this. Um, I expected his brother to come down there and cost him the title, which,
Especially after what happened in that battle royal.
yeah, it was kind of a match between the two, and Punk came out on top, regardless of what I win. And you could see Jay was very frustrated um, at the end of the match, and I think he had posted something on Instagram. Everybody got what they wanted. I think it's something to that effect. So I'm thinking they're kind of going to push him more heel. I just see a heel turn coming for Jay.
Oh, I do too.
I don't, and the sad thing is, I see him and his brother going to feud again, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope they put them two together in a tag situation where they got the tag titles again. But they will have to. It wouldn't take much to beat their WrestleMania a couple years ago match. So that match just absolutely sucked.
About a week ago, there was a report. I don't know if it's true or not. There was a report where Jimmy had actually pitched an idea where Jay squashed him in that match. Less than 2 minutes, Jay comes in, dominates him, and pins him, and that is it because of all the shit that he put him through. But instead, they ended up getting 9 minutes and ended up with the match that they got.
They should have squashed that.
Yeah, he
9 minutes of them super kicking. It's just
squashed
garbage. Yeah.
Ultimately, I think that would have been the better way to go. And even Jimmy and Jay themselves say that was a terrible match. And it was indeed, I would probably dare say, maybe the worst match in WrestleMania history.
Yeah. I will. Yeah. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's
Uh,
it's one of those when they could have built to been so good of a match. Because how many times have you seen brother versus brother or a relative versus relative in a match at WrestleMania? It's like this is what we're waiting on. And it turned out to be good matches. This one was just absolute garbage.
yeah. Well, Brett and Owen, they had the best match in all of WrestleMania. Uh, Dominic and Ray, they had a great match together. Even even Vince and Shane had a really good match when they fought at WrestleMania. But holy cow, how many super kicks can you put into a match?
Yeah, we ought to do a review on, or not even a review, but just go back and look at that match and just count the super kicks in it, just to see how many was thrown in 9 minutes. It's like that's all there is, and
Or maybe
you know,
just keep track of super kicks altogether in both of their single matches or tag matches.
yeah, it's
How
like
often do they rely on these things? Yeah, super kicks are so old now.
well, it's kind of like DDT. You know, just like I don't know, there's so many variations of the DDT now though, but super kick is just a kick. Yeah, I mean it ain't so much you can do with a side kick.
Yeah, but we don't get tired of the DDT.
No, because there's different variations of it.
Well,
Yeah,
there's different variations of it, but you also don't see five DDTs in a row either.
that's correct. Super kick is just so you know, just throw that side kick up there.
Yeah.
Relatively easy. Slap your leg when you kick.
So I'm
Make
going to kick this
popping
guy.
noise.
I'm going to kick this guy. I'm going to kick this guy, and oh no, do away with that. Get rid of it.
Find something else. Both of them. Find some other kind of good finisher or something that leads up to the finisher.
But I saw CM Punk winning this thing. 'Cause it sounded like the original idea for the main event at WrestleMania 42. On night one, CM Punk challenging Cody Rhodes for the WWE title, and on night two, Roman Reigns challenging Seth Rollins for the world title. Um, which means that one of those two, CM Punk or Roman, winning the Rumble, and I think it was going to end up being Punk because Roman doesn't need a Rumble. Um, Roman actually could use an elimination chamber match win, which I don't think he has on his list of achievements. Um, so I would much rather see him win the chamber match than the Rumble. Um, However, on the flip side of that, when Roman won his Rumble, he was booed out of the building when he was supposed to be a babyface. If he wins the Rumble this year, now he everybody would be screaming for him.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
I think the plan was for Punk to win. Um, okay, let's see here. Different winners. Trying to find them. Okay, victories. So, oh no, Roman has won an elimination chamber. Okay, So when he won the Elimination Chamber in 2018. Okay. So take that what you will. So now with Seth being out, that just throws everything into the turmoil. So I
I
think
see. I see them pushing Bronson a little bit. Not Bronson.
Braun Breaker.
Ron Breaker. And now you got the whole crap. What's his damn name? I saw a clip of him hitting uh, Punk the other day with a brass knuck.
Oh, Logan Paul.
Logan Paul. Couldn't think of his name for a sec. Now you got him kind of thrown in the mix. I see that going. The vision going towards trying to get Punk's title now. I think they're going to go a different direction with Jay, and now it's going to be Punk against the Vision, um, and whoever, and maybe it'll wind up being Punk and the Usos together. Who knows what they're going to do?
Well, there's a rumor.
They'll throw LA Knight in there too. They'll.
Well, let me find it. They had actually talked about what the original plan was for Survivor Series, if I can find it. Um, I hate this website because they mix these things up so damn much. So they were talking about for the men's War Games, it was going to be CM Punk, Jacob Fatu, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and either LA Knight or Jimmy Uso versus Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, uh, Brock Lesnar, originally Seth Rollins, and Austin Theory. Now, Seth is gone, so here comes Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see now where they're starting to do a build for that. But Austin Theory, he's not back yet. And then they were talking about the women's um,
There's so many females that are out of it now. So Ruka's got the knee injury. Um,
okay, here. Uh, okay, here we go. AJ Lee, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, and Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch, Asuka, Kairi Sane, Nia Jackson, Lash Legend. Lash Legend just moved up to the main roster on SmackDown Friday night.
okay.
So overdue for her.
I wonder if her and Jada wind up feuding at some point in time.
Well, right now, Lash is teaming up with Nia. They're establishing themselves as a team to go after Alexa and Charlotte. Now, what I don't understand is why would Becky be in this? Because she's got this thing going on with Maxine Dupree. They need to have a singles match at Survivor Series instead of Becky being put in the cage. Because I am surprised that Becky hasn't dropped the title so that she can be at home to help Seth.
Mm-hmm. And they may have discussed it. It's like, no, just continue doing what you're doing. You know, everything's really hot right now for her, and the roster is really thin anyway. We need, the business needs you right now to continue doing what you're doing.
I could definitely see him saying that to her. Um, but they are to the point. Maxine has gotten so much better, and I do believe that she's going to end up winning the Intercontinental title from Becky Lynch. The writing's on the wall. She has a count-out victory, and now she has a disqualification victory. She's been training in the new dungeon with Natalie, and it shows she has been putting in the work, and even her promos have gotten better.
Yeah, she's doing really good. Um, and the crowd's getting behind her with it too.
Yes, they are.
Um,
And to think a year ago, people were screaming at her how bad she was,
yeah,
and I felt that was unwarranted because even when they were screaming that to her, she was putting in the work and showing some improvement. Um, but the thing that scares me about this War Games match is Io Sky. She's going to do something dumb with the trash can.
maybe not. Maybe they've outdone the.
Well, she was on Chris Van Vliet a couple weeks ago, and he even brought up this whole thing about the trash can with it, and she just starts laughing, and I think she's gonna do something again this year. It's 3 years running now, I think, with the trash can, and her luck is going to run out. I think she's going to get hurt. I don't want to see that.
Maybe they'll do something not as crazy off the top. Maybe they'll do something with the garbage can, but it'll be not as bad.
I don't know. Um, but they had, but seeing AJ Lee in the cage, that'll be real interesting because of her whole um, psycho bitch thing. So I'm really curious to see how she'll do in that match. That's going to be a lot of fun. But going back to Punk and Jay, um, because of the whole thing with Seth being hurt, so now that takes Punk out of the Rumble. Now they have to come up with a new winner. So now it seems like they might be going with Cody and Roman on night one, and CM Punk and LA Knight on Cody and Roman on night two, and Punk and LA Knight on night one, which
If they
means
go,
LA Knight wins the Rumble this year.
I would love to see Cody and Roman only if Cody goes heel.
Yeah,
Only if he turns heel
they could do
at
that.
at WrestleMania, and still wanted to keep it.
Turning heel
Mid,
at WrestleMania. Ooh,
yeah, turns heel at WrestleMania, does something like really underhanded, and winds up beating Roman, but he's a heel turn. Rock shows up, something or another. However, they got to work it. I don't see them.
oh, and do that whole "I need your soul" thing.
Yeah,
That would be good. That would be good. I
he
like that.
wound up if Rock finally gets Cody to turn heel for him, and that leads up a Cody as a heel with the title. That leads up to a Roman and Rock match. –
but that match could only happen at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's true. Well, if they do it,
WrestleMania is in Saudi next year, and they want the big names.
if they do the first night with Cody and Roman, and Cody turns heel, keeps the title. Rock basically turns his back on Roman. Second night is Roman and The Rock. Or if they do it before WrestleMania. Yeah, I don't know.
I,
There's a bunch of different things. I just don't want to see Cody and Roman again. That's kind of old, something new.
well, I do actually.
I don't want to see them wrestle yet again.
Well,
It's
I
like,
want Roman to get the title back
why?
because Roman, even now, he still has this aura about him. Cody does not.
It's I don't mean to put him in the same category because nobody's in the same category as the Taker, but he's Taker didn't need the title. He's just his own aura.
That is
You know,
true.
that's the same. I see Roman. He's his own aura. He doesn't need it to
That is true. But think about this: when Roman had the title for 3 years, he was booed out of the building.
because he didn't wrestle that often.
Okay. Well, he doesn't wrestle that often now,
So
and he's the most popular person they've got.
yeah.
So if Roman wins the title now, as cheered as he's getting, think think about that.
Well, he'll have to go. He'll have to go full babyface, like and stay where he's at. But Cody will have to go heel.
Yeah, and
All
and I think we can agree that that will eventually happen. Um, because I remember when they were Monday Night Raw over, I want to say England, over the summer, and Roman opened the show. He did this promo. He said Cody's name, and the people booed him. And Roman took notice of that and said, "Interesting," because I don't. He wasn't expecting people to boo Cody's name.
right.
Um, so yeah, I like the idea. Roman versus Cody on night two, and Cody turns heel mid match, and then The Rock comes out. I like that idea. So that's why I am pulling for LA to win the Rumble this year.
I can
Uh,
see it, and I know it's getting to me. It's getting kind of stale with the same stuff over and over. Same people getting the opportunities over and over.
well, we'll just have to wait and see what happens over the next couple months. But CM Punk and Jey Uso, they had a 21-minute match. I didn't think that match was all that good. Yeah, Dave Meltzer rated it 4 stars. I'm
Wasn't that
surprised,
good of a match?
but yeah, I didn't think it was that good of a match. I didn't feel emotionally invested into it. I was happy that Punk won. So now he gets to have his run. Jay's already had his run earlier this year.
If I had to rate from top to bottom, best match. Best match was Dominic, Penta, and Rusev.
Yes,
Next, I would say Cody and Drew. Third would be CM Punk, Jey Uso, and of course, the latter would be the Cargill Stratton match. Hell,
I
the Bailey and Raquel match would probably have been better than Jade and Tiffany's match.
probably, probably. Um, but Bailey's good. Raquel's good. They probably did have a better match than Jade and Tiffany. But I understand why they had the kind of match they had. I get it.
I get it too. They just should have done it. They should have done the ending much different than what they did.
Well,
I'm going. They should have did the concussion thing with Tiffany. They should have had her injured to where she's dizzy headed
it
and
was already known going in that she was injured.
yeah, but it's a knee. I mean, come on. I understand that, but you're just getting treated like a rag doll because your knees hurt.
Yeah. Well, Tiffany, with her knee being hurt, that takes out like 80% of her arsenal. She can't do her moonsault. She can't jump on the rope to do anything.
She's too good of an athlete over the past year to basically go out like she did, regardless of the knee injury.
Being a very good athlete is all fine and dandy, but when your knee is out, you can't do anything.
To have the kind of matches she's done and also had triple threat matches to where she's getting hit with all this different stuff and still kicking out of crap. You know, it
But her knee wasn't hurt. That's what I'm trying to get through to your head. Her knee wasn't hurt at that time.
I
It's
understand that.
now. So that's why she had to ragdoll her.
We're gonna agree to disagree on this one. They dropped the ball on that. They made her look like she was absolutely nothing.
Well, hopefully for Tiffany, this causes her, when she comes back, to have a new attitude. Like, do
Get rid
away,
of Tiffy time.
yeah, do away with Tiffy time. Do away with this um, Barbie self entitlement thing. Do away with that. Come back and be a bitch. Be aggressive. That's what I want to see out of Tiffany. Come back and I am the biggest, baddest bitch, and you are not going to want to fight me. And just go out there and brawl. Still do your moonsault and do all of that stuff, but be aggressive. That's what I want to see out of her.
Get out of the uh, it's almost like an '80s persona type wrestler that she's in with the whole Tiffy time thing. The gimmick.
I don't
Um,
see that as an 80s thing. I see it as like a college sorority.
like a cheerleader type
Yes.
of, yeah, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So
not
sort
a,
of like like
not
like
a serious persona.
yeah, like Clueless or Legally Blonde, where she is being portrayed as a dumb blonde.
Exactly.
I don't like
Yeah.
that. No, I want to see aggression out of her.
Well, it's kind of the same thing they did with Chelsea Green. You know, they've done that with
I
her for so long, and now she's, which in her defense is like, you know, if I'm on TV, it doesn't matter. If I'm being made a fool of myself, or I'm, getting this or getting that, but at least I'm on TV.
she is so entertaining with everything that she
Yeah.
does, though.
Um. So
By the way, she's the U.S. champion again.
I saw some clips,
Yeah,
you
she's the
know.
U.S. champion and the Triple A mixed tag champion with Ethan Page.
Yeah. I don't know. I saw a meme the other day with her covered in, I'm guessing, pies.
Oh, that was from this past Tuesday night. They did a celebration where her and Ethan had just won the those tag titles, and they had this big cake in the middle of the ring.
Okay, that explains. I didn't know the reasoning why, but I figured.
It wasn't an actual cake. Just looked like a cake, and Thea Hale was in there, and she has now aligned herself with Joe Hendry. She's even dressing like him, blue shirt, white pants,
Oh goodness.
and she threw the pies at Chelsea. Uh,
And then comes the comments from Chelsea.
yeah. So now they're working towards an Ethan Page, Chelsea Green versus Joe Hendry and Thea Hale for the mixed tag titles.
Yeah, and
So Thea is now no. I'm guessing is no longer a part of Chase U. You probably don't even know what I'm talking about, do you? Okay, I'll explain that another time to you. So Thea is now starting to break out on her own,
okay.
which I think is good because I think she's good in the ring.
Well, and I think it's a play on words that she knew exactly what she was talking about when she threw it out there, and knew that this is going to, make headlines or make a bunch of reels all over social media about being creamed. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh my God, you didn't!"
Let's not go there.
I was like, "You knew exactly what you were doing, what you were saying, because you're going to get a whole lot of clicks and stuff off of this little."
She did.
She did.
Chelsea Green is so good what she's doing right now. Um, Basically, Chelsea is the Dominic of the women's division because she's supposed to
I
be the
see
bad
that.
guy, but yet the fans love her.
Right.
Um, so I see she's the other person I want to see win the Rumble, but I want to see it. And this is what I called years ago. And somebody finally pitched this out there last year. Number 29 comes out, and there's one person in the ring. They fight, and they both eliminate each other. And you still got number 30.
It just pops out there.
Yeah, number 30, Chelsea Green. She enters the ring. She's automatically the winner of the Rumble.
That'd be a good little ending.
Yeah. And that way, Chelsea, despite never throwing a punch, can say, I outlasted 29 other women. And everybody can say, no, 29 other women were already eliminated before you even got in there. That would be so much fun if they would do that.
But at the end of the day, I won.
That's right. That is right. I would love for them to do that. I hope they
Yeah.
do it. But anyway, CM Punk, Jay Uso, to me, it just wasn't that good of a match despite being as long as it was. And I wasn't even paying attention to the fans, so I don't know if they were really invested into it. I know that they were into it when Punk won,
Hmm.
but I don't know how invested they were during the match.
It was. Excuse me.
You need to go to me.
Oh, yeah, it was one of those matches where it's like, I knew who was going to win. I just didn't know how. And I don't like that. I don't like watching a wrestling show when I already know the ending.
Yeah. Well, we both pretty much predicted the winners of all four matches.
Right.
I think that's the first time that's happened since we started doing this.
I said who was going to win. I said she was going to win. Yeah. Yeah. 5 for 5 or 4 for 4 on this one. That makes two events in a row that I'm like 100%. That
Because
ain't going to happen again.
yeah, but I think that's the first time you and I were both 100%.
Disagreement. Yeah.
Usually there's that one match that we disagree on.
Right. So I guess we'll see in the upcoming weeks here with another pay per view coming in. I didn't get to watch Halloween Havoc. Um, it's hard. It's hard these days. Even I'm getting to watch anything.
Right.
Um, it's just been so busy with everything. And I'm gonna guess the next pay per view is probably on the 22nd, isn't it?
The next one, yeah, the next one is Survivor Series on the 29th.
29th. Okay.
Yeah.
29th.
Which means,
I'll be at work that day,
okay,
so I'll
maybe
actually get to watch it.
we can
Maybe
try to do what we did on one of the other shows to do a review immediately after the event.
we can do it on the 30th.
Meanwhile, we still have two open weekends until then. I'd like to try to at least do another show in between, but
Let's
you
let's
did.
let's, let's do the 16th, and we'll discuss what we're going to do on the 16th.
Okay.
Uh, you also launched. I also saw where you added me as an admin on gaming
Yes.
something or other. I need to get back to streaming on TikTok or Facebook or whatever.
Do you still have my list that I gave you for my picks for the Hall of Fame?
I'm sure we have it in the chat.
It's in the chat, yeah.
Okay, I'll have to look back and bring it back up.
Yeah, so maybe,
Take a screenshot of it.
yeah, um, maybe we can do the Hall of Fame on the 16th, but we really need to figure out who we're going to do so that I can make up all the banners for those who are going to go in.
Okay, so how many we gonna do? I know we already did Hogan.
Yeah, we already did Hogan. I was thinking of class, maybe. Well, it depends on how big of a class you want to do. We can do five. We can do 10.
I was thinking five.
Okay.
Let's do five.
So let me do a search in here real quick.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, no. Here we go. Okay. I found it. I am going to put it in the chat again. So I gave you 10 names.
Okay.
So give me who you're thinking, and then we'll figure it out.
Okay.
So Hall of Fame next weekend.
Yeah, we'll try to do that on the 16th.
All right. Sounds good. So in the meantime, we are going to go ahead and call it a show. Saturday night's main event. I'm actually going to give it a thumbs down this time.
I agree.
Yeah,
If the Dom match was not on there, it would have been a total waste of time.
agreed. Agreed. The Dom match really saved it, but at the same time, we did get that feel good moment with CM Punk winning the world title.
It We did, but it didn't. It wasn't as exciting or mean to me the same because I already knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. I think it would have been better if he won it from Seth Rollins instead of the way it
Or
did
even,
happen.
or even having him and LA Knight fight it out. would have still been a
And I
lot better match.
for LA Knight.
Do what?
Then I would have been pulling for LA Knight.
I'd probably still pull for CM Punk,
Yeah.
but at any
I
rate,
think we can agree who Chris would have been pulling for. He is not shy about not liking to see him Punk.
nope. Or Cody. You don't like Cody either.
Yeah. So thumbs down to this edition. Oh, and we should also note that Jesse Ventura was not at this event like he had been on the others. And that is because he is no longer contracted with the WWE. Um, I guess it was just a 1 year deal for them.
I don't know. I saw some stuff on social media about they didn't like the way he commented on some match, the match on the cage match where
See, that
um,
surprises me because the reports that was coming out immediately after that happened is that everybody in the back was laughing about it because they thought it was funny.
and there's no telling what on it if it's true or not. The social media's gotten so falsified nonsense on there.
It really
That
had,
it's getting so ridiculous.
yeah. It's to the point where they probably should shut down the entire internet for a little while.
Yeah, I
Uh,
agree.
but I don't think that will ever happen unless something bad happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will call it a day. So, Tom, Joe, thank you so much for playing along with us. And we will do a Hall of Fame class of 5 people next Sunday. Um, so, I guess in the meantime, you guys have a safe weekend. And if there's snow on the ground like there is here, be careful.
Yeah, not here, but it is going to be cold tonight
Yeah, it's nice and sunny where you're at
for right now.
for now.
No,
Yeah, it won't be much longer.
no.
Yeah. All
Well,
right.
y'all have a good week, and we'll see you next weekend.
Yep. You guys have a good day.